Okay, here we go. Day, whatever the day is. Um, Here we go. On the way to Jupiter, you're pulled over by the space police. Attention, my spacecraft, you're in violation of space law. Space Force declared registration on never 20 hours completed sent to space jail. Not wanting to be sent to space jail, you radio back to the elves on Earth for help. It takes almost 3 hours for a reply signal to reach you. They sent instructions to try to power up the emergency hull painting robot and even provide a small int code program. Lovely. Cause it to paint your ship appropriately. There, just when probably no emergency hull painting robot, you need to be able to know hull painting robot and when it's able to move around in the grid of square panels side of your ship, detect the color of its current panel, paint its current panel black or white, all the panels current black. Program will serve as the brain of the robot. Program uses input instructions to access the robot's camera. Provide 0 if the robot is over a black panel, or 1 if the robot is over a white panel. Then the program will output 2 values. First, it will output a value indicating the color to paint the panel the robot is over. 0 means to paint the panel black, and 1 means to paint the panel white. Second, it will output a value indicating the direction the robot should turn. 0 means it should turn left 90 degrees. 1 means it should turn right 90 degrees. After the robot turns, always moving forward exactly 1 panel. Robots are facing up. The robot can remain for a while like this and halt if it's drawing. Do not restart the encode computer inside the robot during the process. For example, suppose the robot start running, drawing black panels as dot, white panels as pound, and robot pointing direction like this. Initial state looks like this. The panel of the robot not shown here is black, blah, 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 blah. So this robot eventually outputs 1, paint white, and then 0, turn left. After taking the action moving forward, one panel reason now looks like this. Paint up at 0, turn left. Now it's on a white panel. Infrastructure probably watch the 4 hours. The area looks like this. For the which probably an estimate of the area it will cover. Specifically, you need in the number of panels it paints at least once, regardless of color. In the example above, the robot painted 6 panels at least once. Painted its starting panel twice, but that panel is still only counted once. It also never painted the panel it ended on. Build a new emergency hull painting robot. Run the encode program on it. How many panels does it paint at least once? Okay, so we want to get the encode program, which was from day 9. So we'll just copy that and paste it. And we don't need to actually, let's leave that, but I don't think I want it. And so that should be fine. And then let's just do, let's copy this and say, program is this. And now let's go back and look at the instructions. You need to build an emergency hull painting robot. The robot needs to be able to move around in the grid of square panels. All the panels are will serve as the brain of the robot. Okay, so let's just write the I'm going to shrink this down so I can see it at the same time as the okay, so def robot program, which gives a program, and it is going to return we have name tuple, right? Yeah, we do. Okay, it's going to return it in, so I'll just do it this way, even though they might change it and make something bad of me. And let's just say program equals program this. And let's just say grid equals default dict int, and 0 means black, 1 means white, and let's say x equals y equals 0, and let's say direction equals class direction is enum is up equals 0, right equals 1, down equals 2, left equals 3, direction equals direction up, and let's say painted equals set. So and now we want to run the program. So while true, actually, let me change what I did, and I don't need to keep the program. Let's do computer equals int code computer program. Okay, so that's what I will do. And then while true, and let's just do this. Try while true pass except and program. We want to return the length of painted. So while true, computer dot, I think it has a call method if I remember the way I implement it correctly, and I give it some input values. So input instruction asks for robot camera, provide 0 if the robot is over a black panel, or 1. The program will output 2 values. First, I'll output a value indicating color to paint. Okay, so while true, color to paint equals computer, let's say current color equals grid XY, color to paint equals computer, and I need to give it a list of inputs, is that right? Yeah. Computer current color, and then should turn equals computer with no input, because it should produce 2 outputs. And right now, color to paint doesn't matter because we just want to know if it's painted. So painted dot add xy, and then what do I need to do? I might as well paint anyway. Set grid xy equals color to paint, and let's just write this out. Def turn direction, let's say current direction, and we'll output a value indicating the direction robot should turn. So let's say should turn, which should be an int, and that's going to give a direction. If direction current direction equals direction up, return if should turn equals 0, else. So should turn 0 means left 90 degrees, so that means from up it would go direction dot left, else direction dot right. elif current direction equals direction dot right, return direction dot up if should turn equals 0, else direction dot down. Otherwise, if current direction is direction dot down, return direction dot right if should turn equals 0, else direction dot left. Otherwise, if current direction equals direction dot left, return direction dot up if should turn equals 0, because that's clockwise. It should turn left. Did I do this wrong? 0 means it should turn, 1 means it should turn right 90 degrees. So from up, 0 means left 90 degrees. Yes. From right, up means left 90 degrees. Yes. From down, right means left 90 degrees. Okay, so I did it right the first time. Else direction dot down. Wait, no, now I didn't do it right. So if it's up, it'll go left. So, sorry, it should be down. Otherwise, direction dot up. Okay, so I have turn. And so I want to direction equals turn. Direction should turn, and then xy equals move forward xy direction, and now I need to do move forward x and y and direction tuple xy. If direction equals direction dot up, so up meaning return x y plus 1. Otherwise, if direction equals direction dot right, return x plus 1 y. Otherwise, if direction equals direction dot down, return x y minus 1. Otherwise, if direction equals direction dot left, return x minus 1 y. So now I can xy equals move forward in the right direction. All right, so print robot program. So let's see what happens if I try and run this. Name x is not defined. Let's try this again. And something has gone terribly wrong. So let's try this and see what happens. And it won't print the debugging from in here, so let's do python day11.py. And let us go back here and just do some printing. Print grid, print xy, print direction, color to paint, color to paint, and print should turn, should turn. Okay, so let's run this and see what happens. So it seems to be doing the right thing. Maybe I just need to let it run for a while. Let's whoops. Step plus equals 1. So let me just let this run for a bit and see, maybe it'll actually work. Oh, so it actually stopped. So maybe I just was second guessing myself too much. How many panels does it paint at least once? That's the right answer. Okay, good. Continue to part 2. You're not sure what it's trying to paint, but it's definitely not a registration identifier checking you. Notice a white panel marked emergency, a whole plenty of robot starting panel. The rest of the panels are still black. But say the robot 15 start on a white panel, not a black one. Based on this, a valid registration of 8 capital letters. After starting the robot, a single white panel at the head. What registration identifier does it paint on your hull? Okay. So we just need to change this and say return painted, and here what I want to do is I want to say grid 0, 0 equals 1. So that's it. And so let's say, and actually I don't want to return painted either. I want to return the grid, and in fact I want to return return pause for pause color in grid dot value in grid dot items if pause equals 1. And so painted equals robot program, and def show positions, which is going to be a list of tuple int xmin equals actually let me return a set. That's probably better. Xmin equals min x for xy in positions, xmax equals max of x for xy in positions, ymin equals min y for xy in positions, y max equals max y for xy in positions. wonder what it doesn't like about this. Is it that? Oh, it doesn't like that I forgot to close that parentheses. Okay. And so for y in range anyway, y min, y max plus 1. Let me just do it this way. Print star comma. No. Row equals if, actually let me do it this way. Star if xy in positions, else for x in range x min x max plus 1. Print join row. I worry that I'm going to show painted. Let's run this again. Set is not defined. Okay, well that's easy enough. Min arg is an empty sequence. Okay. Well, that's not good. If color equals 1, and it looks like it's upside down, so let me change this to reversed because it's upside down. AH, 8 capital letters, so it looks like it's AHLCPRAL. That's right, 1 gold star closer to blah blah blah. You have a 242 on this star's leaderboard. So what am I trying to find? Did I accidentally close that window? I accidentally closed that window. All right. Well, that's unfortunate. Anyway, we got the right answer. We're done. Thanks. See you tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow. Yeah. All right.